Christian here from the Spread Podcast. Today I'm going to be doing my NHL Bracket Challenge predictions. So let's get right into it. The first matchup we have here is the Avalanche and we have the Kings. I think we all know this one's going to go. The Avalanche have been by far the better team this year. Kings barely snuck in, although I'll give credit to Forsberg for playing good goaltending, but that's pretty much all the Kings have going for them. Even Colorado's big weakness, their terrible power play. The Kings are somehow statistically worse. I do think the Kings can steal a game in this series. It's Kopitar's last year. They'll be motivated to win, but they just don't have enough to even, I think, challenge Colorado. Unless we have like a 2019 Tampa Bay type collapse, I think Colorado's got this in 5 games. Moving on, we've got Dallas and Minnesota. Yeah, this is probably the best matchup in the first round. Let's check the stats. Dallas slight edge in goals per game, slight edge defensively. They've got a bit of an edge on the special teams. And I think their goaltending and experience is better. Although I think Minnesota's got a great team, obviously adding Quinn Hughes so you can push it to 7. But I'm going to take Dallas. It's going to be really close. It could honestly go either way, but I'm going to take Dallas. Vegas and Utah. It's going to be another close series. Just have a look at the stats. Yeah, pretty even. Even goals per game, even goals against. Special teams do lean Vegas's way. Experience does lean Vegas's way. However, I really like this Utah Mammoth team, and I think they've had it harder to get to the point where they are. Obviously, they have to play that extra game against all the Central teams. And I really like their goaltending and their depth forwards. And in a close 7 game series, I'm going to go with an upset. If you call it an upset, I'm going to take the Utah Mammoth in 7 games. So we'll head over to the final first round matchup of the Western Conference. We've got the Edmonton Oilers facing off against the new up and coming Anaheim Ducks. Young team, very fast offensively. They lack a bit defensively, as you can see, a lot of goals against per game. The Oilers still have the edge offensively. The Oilers probably have, they have the best power play in the league. Their penalty kills lacking, but so is Anaheim. I'm going to take Edmonton in 6 games. Obviously, they've got experience. Both goaltenders are shaky. Yeah, Edmonton, they have all the reasons to win this series, so I'm going to take them to win it against Anaheim in 6 games. They can probably outscore their problems for this round at least. Well, we're going to say Edmonton 6. This one's going 7 games. 7 games and then 5 games here. Okay, moving on to the Eastern Conference. We've got Buffalo, we've got Boston. This is going to be a fun series. The Sabres shocking everyone this year. They won their division. Boston also sneaking in. And I think Buffalo is the better team this year. The goals per game reflect that. The power play is a bit weak for Buffalo. Boston's doing better in that aspect. The penalty kill is on Buffalo's side. I'm going to take the Sabres in 6 games. They won a very, very tough division. I think they can win this series. If the Bruins are to win this series, I think Jeremy Swayman's going to have to steal it for them. Moving on to the Eastern Conference's best first round matchup, in my opinion. We've got Tampa Bay, we've got Montreal. 2 great teams that could arguably meet in the conference finals here. It's kind of a shame, like Dallas and Minnesota, they have to meet so early. Have a look at the stats. The goals per game is even, 2 great offenses. But I think where Tampa Bay's edge lies is their experience, their defense, their goaltending, and the penalty kills better for them. Montreal with a better power play. I think it's going to go 7, but I think Tampa Bay ultimately is going to pull it out in home in Game 7. Carolina versus Ottawa. So I think Carolina's they're better in every aspect. They've had the better season. Ottawa's a good team. They've got some young offensive talent, good defense as well. But I can't take them to beat Carolina. In fact, I've seen a lot of people picking Ottawa, but to be honest, I think Ottawa's a bit overrated. I'm going to take Carolina in 6. Carolina's goaltending is shaky, but so is Ottawa. Take Carolina. And then we have the Battle of Pennsylvania, the final matchup of the Eastern Conference first round. This is going to be fun. I'm a Penguins fan, so I'm really looking forward to this one. The Penguins better offensively. Defensively, the Flyers are a bit better. Obviously, more physicality there. The Penguins, much better special teams experience on the Penguins side. I think Erik Karlsson is going to be an X factor this series as long as he can get serviceable goaltending from either Shelovs or Skinner, who have experience. Philadelphia's goaltending is shaky as well. I think the Penguins take care of this one in 6 games. So 6 games, this one will go 6 as well. I'm pretty sure it's going 7. And then, yeah, I'll say 6 games for Buffalo. Okay, let's move back to the Western Conference. Got Colorado and Dallas. This is a tough one because Dallas always finds a way against Colorado. Let's take a look at the stats. Colorado better statistically, except for the power play where Dallas has got a great power play. This one's tough. I think it goes 7. I think Ottinger's probably the better goalie than Colorado's tandem, but I think Colorado's finally got the depth pieces they need to pull out a long 7-game series against Dallas. And I think this is the year they're going to take down Dallas, finally. But it could honestly go either way. Like, I would not be surprised if Colorado, Dallas, or either Minnesota go to the conference finals. I think both these series go 7. It's just going to be so close in the Central. But I'm going to take Colorado. I think they're the best team in there. We'll see what happens, though. Then we've got Utah and Edmonton, an interesting matchup. Utah, a bit inexperienced, although they have veterans like Sergachev who have won a cup. Edmonton, they've been to the finals the last 2 years. They just can't get it done. Have a quick look at the stats. Obviously, goals per game leads Edmonton's way, but Utah's got a pretty good offense as well. Utah more sound defensively. The only significant edge Edmonton has is their power play. So I think if Utah can just stay disciplined, stay out of the box, I think they have the better goaltending. I like their depth a bit better. And just like I said, I think they've had it. They're pretty underrated just because of how good all the other Central teams have been. So I'm going to take another upset in 7 games. I think Utah is going to come out of the Pacific Division bracket. I really like their team more than most people. Obviously, Logan Cooley's healthy now. That's going to be huge. He missed half the season. Dylan Gunther, they've got young guys that only get better and better by the game. So I'm going to take Utah. Then we're going to move back to the Eastern Conference. We've got Buffalo and Tampa Bay. This is going to be an amazing series. Obviously, they had the game of the year earlier this year. Buffalo won in like an 8-7 thriller. Take a quick peek at the stats. Yeah, offense is even, but Tampa Bay, their edge is going to be defense, experience, and goaltending, and even a slight edge in the special teams, although it's not very much. I'm going to say Tampa closes this out in 6 games on home ice, but it's going to be very fun. Carolina versus Pittsburgh. This is going to be a really interesting series. Obviously, Carolina's had their struggles. They usually make it past the second round. However, Pittsburgh's got a great team this year. The offenses are even. I think Carolina, they definitely have an edge defensively. Goaltending's a bit shaky for both teams. The special teams are really exactly even. I think championship pedigree experience is on the Penguins side. And I just think if it comes down to 7 games, which I think it will, I think this tight divisional matchup, I think it will. I think the Penguins' experience will come through for them, and they could find a way to get the upset. I think the core is motivated for just one more run. Erik Karlsson's probably very, very motivated. He's been outstanding this year. I think he's going to be the Penguins' X factor this playoffs. And I think they're going to scrape by. They're going to get it done in 7. Another heartbreaking season for Carolina. Then we've got, moving back to the West, Colorado versus Utah in the conference finals. I don't think there's much to debate. I think whoever makes it out of the Central will beat whoever makes it out of the Pacific 9 out of 10 times. I think, regardless of what happens. Statistically, Colorado the better team, except for their one struggle this year, the power play. Colorado more experienced. They've been there, done that. They've won the cup. I think they've got to get to the finals. And we've got Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. This is going to be a fun one. It's another conference finals rematch from way back 10 years ago when the Penguins won in 7. That was one of probably my favorite hockey series I've ever watched. Uh, Offense is even. Tampa Bay with an edge defensively. Experience they both have, but I think Tampa Bay, their average age of their core is at the right age, where they have guys who are old enough to where they're still in their prime. They still have experience. The Penguins guys still playing excellent, just out of their prime. The special teams are pretty even, maybe a tiny edge to Pittsburgh, but I think goaltending is also on Tampa Bay's side. And this time, the Penguins don't have Jake Gensel. Tampa Bay does. So I think Tampa Bay is just a better team here. They have experience as well. I've got to take Tampa Bay. I think if they get through that Atlantic Division, they're going to win this series. Maybe in 6 games. I'll say 6 games. We've got a rematch. We've got Colorado. We've got Tampa Bay. This is going to be tough. Obviously, playoff Vasilevsky is great. We saw this series a few years ago. It's a tough one to decide, to be honest. Tampa Bay's got an edge in goaltending. They've both got great experience, but I think this has to be Colorado's year. They finally got the depth to get it done. Their defense is just outstanding. Outstanding. Yeah, they've great defense. Makar's been amazing. Sam Malinsky has stepped up. So many names on Colorado have stepped up. They've added, and I think they have all the makings for another Stanley Cup win. So I'm going to take them. I think it's going to go 7 games. But on home ice, I think Colorado's going to take the cup this year. I'll just throw in a number here. I don't know, 38 goals. Maybe a bit higher because it's going 7. Alright, that's going to conclude the video for me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, who you think is going to take the cup. I think it's going to be a really fun playoff, so we'll see what happens.